You were finally finding your rhythm at the gym, and then boom, you're sick again. Your energy's on empty, your hormones are all over the place, and no matter how hard you train, your body just doesn't look fit. Well, what if the hidden link between getting sick, feeling exhausted, and not seeing results from your workouts isn't about your discipline or your training plan at all, but about one overlooked number in your blood work? Today, we're talking about vitamin D and why it might be the missing piece keeping you tired, sick, and stuck. You work out, you eat healthy, but you're still tired and frustrated, and nothing seems to work anymore. Well, welcome to Data, Dumbbells, and Dinner, where we use your body's own data to explain why, and then give you workouts and nutrition to finally feel energized, confident, and fit again. First, my quick disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose. Only your doctor or a licensed medical professional can do that. Everything I share here is for educational purposes, to help you understand what your blood work might be telling you about your health, your fitness, and recovery. Always consult your healthcare provider for medical advice. Who knows a healthy lifestyle starts with eating right and working out? That's what we've all been taught, right? We think, if I can just dial in my nutrition and be consistent with my workouts, I'm going to have more energy and I'm finally going to look fit and athletic. Well, today, we're going to talk about those healthy workouts. Most people don't realize working out is actually stress on your body. And stress itself isn't bad. It's actually a great thing. It's how your body adapts. It's how you get stronger. Your metabolism gets better. And ultimately, you build that fit body look. But for many of us, our lives from sunup to sundown are already full of stress. And internal stressors like digestive issues, nutrient deficiencies, dehydration, all those things, and your body never gets a break. So in that state, the healthy stress of workouts just basically piles on top of everything else. And instead of your workouts building you up, they actually break you down. One side effect of training that most people don't know about is that your immune system actually drops or dips after a workout. Normally, a healthy body rebounds really quickly and everything's good. But if your immune system never fully bounces back because you're missing, like, what we would call the ingredients that the immune system needs, then your workouts may leave you run down, catching every bug or cold that goes around, and dragging through your days instead of getting fitter and stronger. This is where your vitamin D panel comes in. So if your CBC is worth the price of gold for uncovering what's keeping you stuck, then your vitamin D panel is worth the price of silver. Why? Because when vitamin D is low, it creates this perfect storm. A storm of fatigue, weak immunity, blocked muscle growths. So if you go into a workout with low vitamin D levels, and remember, training temporarily lowers your immune system, then you're basically a walking cold waiting to happen. And if you're a woman with hormone issues or metabolic disorders or an autoimmune condition, this is like pouring gasoline on fire. Your system is already on edge, and low vitamin D makes it worse. The good news? This is one of the most overlooked but easiest things to test and correct. And when you do, the difference will literally feel like night and day. What might your low vitamin D actually look like, feel like in your day-to-day life? Here are the big red flags I see often when I work with women. So there's this constant fatigue. No matter how much they sleep, they're always tired. They're getting sick a lot, frequent illness. It's like they can't catch a break. They catch every bug, cold, or virus going around. There's always extended soreness, so workouts leave you extra sore for days, not just a few hours. And the lack of muscle definition becomes very apparent. Even when women lift, their body really doesn't look strong or more athletic with that low vitamin D. Typically, these women also have trouble losing fat, so the metabolism feels pretty sluggish. It's like nothing really works. And they always feel like there's some hormonal imbalances because vitamin D is essential for hormone production. When it's low, it interferes with how your body produces things like testosterone and estrogen. It interferes with thyroid hormones and even cortisol. And a lot of times, the biggest indicator of low vitamin D is how women feel. It's a real low mood or brain fog because vitamin D supports neurotransmitters. It's like a constant state of moodiness or depression or being down or mentally foggy. See, vitamin D literally touches almost every system in your body. It helps regulate your blood pressure, your cholesterol, inflammation, blood sugar. I mean, every single cell in your body needs vitamin D for optimal health. Now, here's where this ties back to today's episode. When vitamin D is low, you don't just feel tired, sick, and stuck. It's actually the hidden link keeping you from recovering. And if you're not recovering well, you're not building that muscle. And if you're not building muscle, we're never going to get to that athletic fit look. So grab your labs and let's take a peek at what your labs are saying about your vitamin D levels. Now, most doctors will say anywhere between 30 to 100 is quote unquote normal. Now, that's a huge range. And that quote unquote normal includes both healthy and unhealthy people. If you go outside of that range, then your doctor's probably going to be able to give you a diagnosis or a something. But that's a huge range. And in my world, we're going to look at the functional medicine range, which is a tighter range. And it's only got healthy people in it, optimally healthy people. And that's how I want to live. And that's how I want my clients to live. So if you're a woman who wants energy, recovery, and that athletic look, I have personally found most of my ladies feel great. It's kind of the sweet spot when we're around 70 to 80. Now, if your vitamin D is below 50, your immune system actually doesn't have enough to create what's called a cytokine storm, which is how your body actually fights off viruses. So vitamin D is a huge deal. It's not just about your bones. It's about your energy, your immunity, your hormones, and yes, finally getting your athletic, fit look from your workouts. So here's what I want you to do this week. First, check your labs. Look for your 25-hydroxy vitamin D. If you don't have it, write it down for your next lab panel. One of the ways we can increase our vitamin D is naturally through sunlight. So aim for about 15 minutes a day of direct sunlight on your skin if you can get out. In the morning, early afternoon if possible. Now there are vitamin D rich foods like salmon and egg yolks and fortified dairy. But sometimes we have conversion issues or digestive issues, and the sunlight and the food sources aren't enough to bring us from a state of really low vitamin D to an optimal state. But try taking the steps above if you have low vitamin D level. They can be game changers for your energy, your recovery, your ability to finally look fit from your workouts. And if you're really low, talk to your provider. Don't guess when it comes to what do I need to do? Work with your healthcare provider to get those levels up more into those functional range so you feel better. Now, vitamin D is just one piece of the fatigue puzzle. If you want to uncover all the hidden links in your blood work that are keeping you tired, keeping you stuck, join me for my 3-day From Fatigue to Fit Masterclass. We start October 2nd. On day 1, we're going to be covering labs. We will go through vitamin D panels. We will talk about what I implement with my clients. On day 2, we're going to dive into nutrition and more labs. And on day 3, we're going to dive into data and heart rate training. I want to invite you, officially and formally, to join me for my 3-day masterclass From Fatigue to Fit. You can reserve your spot at 414fitness.com or with the link I've given you in the show notes. Until next time, stay strong, stay healthy. Thanks for listening to Data, Dumbbells, and Dinner. If you're tired of feeling like nothing works, remember, your body holds the answers. With the right data, workouts, and nutrition, you can finally feel energized, confident, and fit again.